Well, I'll get started then, and we'll at least record this meeting, and hopefully those that were not able to attend live will be able to watch this on the city's website. So good afternoon. Today is June 7th, Monday. This is an informational meeting for the Eastgate Phase 2 utility relocation contract. Present, we have a utility team. The utility director, Javier Vargas, is present. Assistant Director, Patience Anastasio. Myself, my name is Keith Haas. I'm the project manager for this project. We also have a utility engineering coordinator inspector for the project. Our consultant on this project is Ardura, and Chris Kusler is the managing principal. He's here today and will be giving a presentation. On Chris's team is Caitlin Jeffords, the engineer, and Diane Jones is a public relations consultant for the project. The contractor is Andrew Sitework out of Fort Myers. We anticipate they will be starting around July 1st and continuing through the month of May in 2022. The cost of the project is $4.2 million, and it will be no cost to the residents of this neighborhood. We sent out 280 invites for this meeting, and primarily it's a water main relocation project with sewer service relocation on Gulf Coast Avenue. We understand that people from Sarasota County are east of Home Park Road, and they are currently on septic and will remain on septic, and they are customers of the Sarasota County for sewer service. Many of you have met with Arlena Dominic and possibly signed an access agreement if there's any work to be done on private property. And if not, then you did not need an access agreement for us to get permission to work on your property. In those property agreements, there might be specialized needs on your property, and we are aware of those, as well as we'll make the contractor aware of those. We will also be meeting with each individual resident before we disturb anything on private property, 72 hours ahead of time, to make sure if you have any concerns that they are voiced, and the contractor and his sub-consultants are aware of that. Again, there's no cost to you or your property for this project. The project will also have electric signboards to give messages that may change from time to time, or detours due to the construction. After the contractor and the utilities representative meet with you, we'll likely dig a trench in your yard. We'll be installing a new water service and then testing that water service, possibly a sewer service as well on Gulf Coast Boulevard. And then we'll eventually be connecting that new service and restoring your yard when the project's over. The purpose of this project is to bring water and sewer that might be in your backyard to the front yard, so it's easier to operate and maintain for years going forward and replacing the aging infrastructure. So at this time, I'll introduce Chris Kusler, and he will handle the presentation with some project specifics.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to share my screen. We've got a short presentation just to illustrate what this project is going to entail. So if my co-hosts can just let me know when the sharing begins. You see it?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So let's just walk you through what this project entails and what you can expect. So this map shows the project area. You should have received this with the letter that came out from the city. The bottom line is all these properties that are in blue will be receiving new water services to their houses. The properties that are shown in pink along Gulf Coast Boulevard and Country Club Boulevard, I think we got one on Home Park and one on Live Oak. They will also receive new sewer service. As Keith mentioned, the entire project is meant to take rear lot water mains and move them out into the street, and rear lot sewers and move them out into the street. So every street in this project area will be getting new water mains, except for Live Oak Street. That water main was installed as part of the stormwater improvements project that went on maybe a year and a half ago. So that street's already had the construction completed on it, except for one manhole just north of Gulf Coast Boulevard, and that'll go in as part of this project. So, you know, it entails Groveland Avenue, Myrtle Avenue, Pineland Avenue, Gulf Coast Boulevard, and then Live Oak Street. Again, you'll get new water services from this, but there will be no real construction in the roadway there. Country Club Way, School Street, Home Park Road, First Street and Second Street. As you'll see here, the new sewers are only going along Gulf Coast Boulevard. And those are really the only lots affected by that construction. So what are we going to be doing? So we'll be constructing new 6-inch and 8-inch water mains out in the public right-of-way. The right-of-way is the city-owned street in front of your house. The new mains will be PVC to replace deteriorated cast iron pipe in the rear lot. So this will improve your pressure, will improve your water quality, right? Most of the installation will be done by trenchless methods, and we'll show you some pictures of that. That just means they won't be digging all over the place. They will be installing these water mains by drilling them from one end of the street to the other. We'll be taking water meters and putting new meters in front of your house and disconnecting the service to the old water meter behind your house. And then, because we've moved the water meter to the front of your house, we've got to construct a new pipe from that meter to your water service connection on your house. Okay. A shutoff valve will be installed, right, in accordance with your agreement with the city. So Arlena Dominic has already received agreements for everybody who needs work on their private property. And in that agreement, we talk about the shutoff valve. Okay. And the existing water mains in the rear easements, they'll be left in place. We won't be tearing up everybody's backyard, but we'll be filling those with grout so that you don't have hollow pipes under the ground. The sewer activities will be laying new 8-inch gravity sewers along Gulf Coast Boulevard, Country Club Way, and Home Park Road. Okay. These areas, because it's sewer, those have to be installed by actually digging. We can't drill gravity sewers in, at least the technology is not there yet. So again, because we're moving the sewer to the street, we'll be constructing new sewer laterals from that new sewer to your house all the way up, and a new clean out will be connected. And then the existing gravity mains behind your house, they'll be left in place and filled with grout. So to help you track construction progress, the city has developed a web application. It's a GIS web application. How it works is if you scan that QRC code with your phone, you will go directly to the GIS website, and you can click on your property and click other places in the project to see what the progress of construction is. And as we progress along, the water mains will change color so that you can see which ones are completed and which ones aren't. And then finally, at the end of the job, you'll see everything is completed. If you can't scan the QRC code, there is a link to the website, and I believe that's on the city's website. If you don't have it, please contact us. We'll get it to you. All right, as far as work goes on private property, as we said, Arlena Dominic has come out and she's met with all the owners of the property and obtained signed agreements on where the new water service connection will go, if applicable, where the new sewer connection goes. Okay, those have all been agreed on, and the contractor will have a copy of those. The contractor will be notifying you a minimum of 72 hours in advance of any work on your property, and they'll be talking with you, and the city's representative will contact you just to double verify where the new service is going. Okay, to put these new water services and laterals in, it's not a lot of excavation. It's only an 18-inch wide trench by about 2 feet deep. And we have a picture of that coming on. And anything that's disturbed will be replaced free of charge. It's included in the contract. So here we have some pictures from prior identical projects in the city, just so you can have an idea of what to expect. So this is the new pipe. So you'll see pipe just like that lined up along the roads right before they install it. That pipe is called fusible PVC. It's PVC pipe like you would normally get at Home Depot. It's bigger, and they fuse it together to create a big long section of it. And then they use a machine like this. It's called a horizontal directional drilling machine. They will drill into the ground from one end of the street, and it pops out of the ground on the other end of the street. And then they pull the pipe back into the hole that they just drilled, so that in between where this machine is and where the exit pit is, there will be no excavation to put the water main in. There will be excavation in front of your house because they have to dig a hole to get to the new water main, to connect it to it, and then run the line to your house. But that'll be a small hole. It won't be the entire trench crossing the front of your yard. So here's a picture of the pullback. So this picture was the machine drilling into the ground from one end, and what's happening on the other end of the drill is it's pulling this pipe in, and you can see that long stretch of pipe running down the street, and they pull it back in slowly, and it comes out the other side. Sewer installation is a little tougher. This has to be laid at grade with a specific slope so that the water flows downhill to the manholes. So this will be done by open cut excavation. This picture is a very extreme picture from a project in Clearwater. Your excavation will not be quite as wide. But in this project, they were purposely doing this because they were replacing all the roadways. We won't be doing that. And so the trenches will be a lot narrower, and you won't see dirt like this piled up on both sides of the trench. The new lateral and water service connection on property. This is what a typical trench looks like. Not very deep, doesn't destroy the entire place. And they will leave this exposed, have it inspected by the building department, and then backfilled. And the specifications require that they don't leave this trench open at night or over weekends, so that we don't want folks getting hurt tripping over these trenches. Every now and then you'll see places. So this is an example where I told you the water main was drilled along that street, but they had to dig a hole at this location to connect either this new hydrant or a water service to it. So this is the type of hole you may see in front of your house. If that happens, then you may see lane detours. If there's a sidewalk where you are, which I don't believe there are a whole lot of those, the sidewalk may need to be closed temporarily. Again, some lanes might need to be closed here and there just for the drilling equipment and the construction vehicles, but the idea is we still maintain some type of access for everybody. And that's really it. So if you have questions, there's a phone number on the screen right now. You can call that. That's our project hotline. You can email to eastgate@venice-florida.gov, and one of us will reply to you. There's multiple ways to get in touch with us. Please feel free to do so if you have any questions. So with that, I will end sharing and turn it back over to Keith.
Thank you, Chris. We've got a couple attendees on the phone or viewing from afar. If anybody wants to ask a question at this time, please feel free to do so. Or you can contact us later at a email address or telephone number. And the presentation will be put on the city's website for all to see, along with contact information, in the next few days. But feel free to reach out to the City of Venice Utilities if you have any burning questions in the next few days. It'll likely take about a month for the contractor to mobilize in the neighborhood, and several months thereafter to be on your street if it's not the first one. So any questions from the audience? Hearing none, seeing none. Any other comments from any of the other attendees we have here?
Yes, Keith, if I may. Could you turn the camera on, please?
Yes, go ahead, Javier.
This is Javier Vargas. I'm the Utilities Director for the City of Venice. I want to thank everybody that is attending this meeting, and also the residents that will be watching this recording that will be posted online. This is a difficult project that we have, but we are confident that the contractor and the engineer will do a great job for us. I think we secured the services of a good contractor that have experience with this type of project. And as usual, if you have any questions, just please give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Javier. So hearing no further questions, I will conclude the meeting by thanking you for your attendance. And again, any questions throughout the duration of the contract, feel free to reach out to us and we'll address them, and be happy to work with you through the conclusion of this project. Appreciate you listening and being in attendance.